Hi, everybody. I'm last. Great job. And welcome to our home. I'm Kathleen Selke. I'm a co-founder at Porter. We created the space and the place that you're in. And Porter is a business that is about making incredible spaces and places that become the connective tissue of the communities that we're in. And we believe that the way to do that is to start with the human that is the tenant, the human that's our employee, the human that is the person who comes in and buys a great cup of coffee from our most incredible staff or a really cool object off of our retail shelves. So to continue with this idea of the human, I'm going to talk about our DEI initiatives and why looking at the innovation that's happening in communities that most of us aren't paying attention to is the way forward. Next. Marginalized communities have historically been wellsprings of innovation, yet oftentimes their solutions are overlooked or dismissed. Felicia Hatcher of Black Ambition terms these places innovation desert for the untapped potential they hold to benefit society at large. Take the jitney, an early 1900s privately owned taxi service that faced government regulations and resistance from established taxi companies that essentially put it out of business. Fast track to ride-hailing services that you see today, like Uber, they've essentially echoed the exact concept, just updated for the digital age. Or home delivery services that have been a vital but really hard to get resource for folks with disabilities. Well, the pandemic fast-tracked accessibility because all of us needed our groceries delivered to us within 30 minutes to our doorsteps. We believe that DEI initiatives must be bold investments and not one-time philanthropic gestures. So some of the ways that we invest are through our On the Rise Youth Workforce Training Program, where we're cultivating a pipeline of BIPOC talent in design, project management, and technical trades. It's essential for the private sector to take action and not rely on nonprofits to start and lead these efforts. In this instance, we just needed 20 volunteers to volunteer 2 to 3 hours over the course of 9 weeks to make a pretty substantial dent in growing and diversifying our talent pipeline. Creating jobs and internships, changing lives, and changing the face of our industry isn't that hard if we all do it together. Second, we take care of the talent when it arrives through our Emerging Leaders program, which is a 6-month-long personal and professional development program that served more than 42 women in the almost 4 years that Porter's been in business. It's led by Lavon Dorsey, and the women learn how to support one another, advocate for themselves, and grow sharpen the tools in their personal and professional toolbox that allow them to be the best version of themselves. Porter's guiding principle is this notion of radical hospitality, and Maya Angelou says it best: people won't remember what you said or did, but they will remember how you made them feel. As a human-centered and purpose-driven brand, we believe that the industry will be a lot more equitable if we give folks the tools to thrive, and the work will also be a lot more fun. Finally, we're redistributing wealth to Black, Indigenous, people of color owned businesses through our Makers program. This initiative helps businesses scale into the corporate commercial channel, and there are some barriers of entry that you all should consider. The first, 30, 60, 90, 120-day payment terms can hinder small businesses, so Porter offers upfront capital to support them. Lead time and quantity expectations often are not aligned with the capabilities of small businesses, so Porter ensures that they can grow at their pace and without disruption. And lastly, certification requirements such as a government-mandated box check, like the minority-owned one that sounds good but isn't necessarily great, can be burdensome for these folks, so Porter advocates for many accessible entry points. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for being here.